live. What is up, everybody? I hope you guys are doing amazing. This is Nas, and I'm here with my boy
Daniel. What is up, guys? We're super excited to be here live with you guys because we have a special treat for you today. Nas, let them know what's up.
Guys, today we are reviewing your resumes. We are talking about the resumes that got us in interviews at companies like Google, companies like Microsoft and Blue Origin. Daniel here himself, bro, here. He himself literally worked at Blue Origin, which is insane. So we will be bringing that live to you, and at the same time we'll be reviewing your resumes, which you guys submitted, our PWJ students submitted right here. We'll be reviewing your resumes and telling you how to fix it, how to make it good, so that you can get the resume that will get you the job. Or the interview.
Or at least the interview to the job, right?
The interview later. The interview to the job. Let me see what the people are saying here. What's up, everybody? I'm looking at the comments. Yo, guys, Shakir, beautiful. Great to see you all up in here. Yo. Oh, we got the comments in here. Yo, what's up, Govanash? Awesome. So, honestly, guys, we're not going to waste too much time, right? Nope, no,
not at all. Let's get into it, boss.
No. Guys, are you ready? Drop in the comments if you're pumped. All right, bro. Let's get this party started. Hey. Get the party started, bro. Alright, okay, we are getting it started. So, let's get this going. Alright, so in terms of a few things about who, what. Daniel, can you actually introduce yourself just really quickly here before we start?
Yeah. Of course. So, my name is Daniel Safer. I currently work with Clever Programmer. We got some amazing projects, but before Clever Programmer, I actually worked at Blue Origin for almost about 3 years as a software developer. So I worked a lot on the back-end side of things. We developed a lot of microservices. Before that, I just had graduated from college. And when I graduated from college, I had interviewed at companies like Microsoft and Google, from which I also got offers. But in the end, I ended up choosing Blue Origin just because of the rocket ship company.
Rocket
So I was all like,
he's the rocket ship
space.
man, is what I like to say.
Oh yeah, so it's just like, man, it's such an exciting time to be part of that. So I went there and I had a lot of fun. I learned so many things. And what Nas and I are getting together to do here, we had done this before, but we're doing it again, is we want to review the resumes that allowed us to basically get those interviews.
Exactly. So let's get straight into it, guys. And if you guys have any questions, drop it down below. And one other thing, guys, if you're interested, we have if you're interested in building a free project, a Netflix clone project in React.js, we have a free tutorial on how to do that. Go ahead and check that out below, down description. Check it out. Sign up. If you want to learn some more, the goal here is to build portfolio, right? So that is our goal here. And if you want to build that portfolio to get that job that you want, then link in description. Go check it out. All right, that's it. We're done. Let's get this started. All right, so the resumes that got us the Microsoft, the jobs, and so forth. All right, let's take a look at this here really quickly. Okay. All right, so agenda, how to build your resume, number one, and we're going to go through this really quickly, guys, because we've done through this before. Our goal is to simply give you feedback on your current resumes. All right, so where we have interviewed at. So I have personally interviewed at companies like Microsoft, Google, Palantir, Twitter, Khan Academy, right? We got Google, we got Squarespace, Palantir, which is a really big company, at Twitter. And then Daniel, bro, where have you interviewed at?
Basically the Microsoft, Blue Origin, and Google. I mean, honestly, I interviewed at those 3 places. I got offers from those 3 places, so I was lazy. I'm like, I'm just gonna stop interviewing now. But I probably should have kept on going because you know how they hook you up with the airplane ticket and all that stuff. I could have visited more cities like that.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we got some cool stuff. Why building a strong resume is important. So why is it important? Tell me.
Dude, I mean, it says it right there. There's lots of people sending in resumes. Do you want to stand out or not? Do you want people to look at your resume and be like, oh my gosh, we need to get this person in here for an interview because they have some massive potential to be working here? Then you need a very strong resume for that case.
Awesome. Yes, exactly. So you need a strong resume so that you yourself, you you know have the knowledge, but the question is how do you show that to others? Okay, and your resume is that piece of paper that shows what you know. It's basically it's like, yo, what's up? This is me. This is what I know. Are you getting the job? Are you going to get me the job or not? And if you're not, then you know what? It's your fault.
Because
It's your fault.
Yeah, you're lost, man.
You're a loss, not mine. All right. So section. So a few things just really quickly here. Some of the most important sections that you really want to look at when you're like kind of building your resume is a few different things, and I want to highlight them here. And let me see. So a few different things. So sections, personal information. So basically that information includes, like, for example, obviously your name right here. Okay. And of course, and then what other personal information are we talking about?
I mean, sometimes you can even include things that you're passionate about and your hobbies, just because it kind of gives that little uniqueness and insight into who you are. But basically, just how they can reach out to you, how they can get in contact with you.
Yeah. So when I say get in contact, you have to have, number one, of course, your name, and then number two, right here, he kind of, he doesn't want to give away his, personal information. So that's just why he went ahead and like I don't know why you don't want to be contacted, bro. But usually here you put like your phone number or like your email address or whatever it might be, correct?
That's correct.
Beautiful. Okay. So, and then next thing is awards. So any awards that you got, which for example here, you don't have any awards actually here, right?
No one liked me. I never got any rewards for anything.
So he's not good enough. I'm sorry. So
no job for me.
Exactly. So any awards that you got, you can put that down here. There's anywhere, of course. Projects. This is probably the number one most important thing. Okay, projects, my friends. So projects is what's going to give you the job, right? I actually here Daniel has projects kind of below. I personally recommend people to put projects above everything else, because that is the proof in the pudding. At the end of the day, what you've done, the code that you build, is the proof in the pudding. I can say a lot that I've done a lot of shit, but if you can show me the code and the project that you've built, that is something different. So that is why project is just such an important aspect. Okay. And then
to jump in there
Go
real
ahead.
quick, if your work experience does happen to be with software development, software engineering, similar to like what I have there, then I think at that point it's whichever one you want to put up on top, right? But also a lot of people was like, man, what if I don't have any work experience as a developer? That's perfectly fine. That's why Naz is saying focus on projects, because what we teach you here at Clever Programmer is how to build these awesome React projects that you can showcase to show that I know how to use JavaScript, I know how to use React. Go ahead and hire me for that job. So that's why Naz, and I agree with him, is saying that projects should go up there on the top when you build these awesome clones.
Exactly. Okay, so projects. Next thing, let's talk about work experience. So work experience is another section, of course. So wherever you worked, of course, you need to put that on there. I think that's kind of self-explanatory. If you don't have it on there, what are you still doing? But so, and then of course, education. Though honestly, education at this point, like I don't even put in my education at this point. Like when you have the experience, you don't put the education. If you do not have the experience, then put the education on there. If you have the education, of course. Do you agree with me on that?
Yeah. And I mean, if you did go somewhere prestige by any chance, it wouldn't hurt to put it, right? Because it's like if you worked at somewhere prestige, like if you worked at Google, then it helps you to have that on the resume, because then people are like, oh shit. So if you happen to go to a school that is like super well known, it probably wouldn't hurt to put it on there. But then also if you graduate like a long time ago with a degree that might not even matter, it might not even be worth it.
Exactly. And the same thing, like for example, references, and then great. So that's a good point. And then the last thing I think that we talk about is a reference. So what is reference, Daniel?
A reference is a person that you have been able to work with, or that personally knows how you work, that can give you an amazing thumbs up if they happen to reach out to them.
Yeah, exactly. So that is, so a reference is very important. I personally have a reference, like always, like, and how they can reach out to that reference. So do you have a reference on here? You don't have a reference on here, no?
I actually do not have a reference.
But
this was the resume before Blue Origin, and I just put the Blue Origin stuff. So this was when I was barely leaving college.
Gotcha. So what I would actually recommend is, like, I would actually put my reference kind of down below, and usually the reference will include something like this. The reference will look like a little bit like this, and here's how it. Let me show you. And I would say, for example, I would say like Nazari. So let's just say the reference is me. I don't know. Omansky. Monsky, and then I'll space it out and I'll say like this is the name, the phone number, blah 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 blah. Right now, that's not actually my phone number, guys. Do not try to call the number, okay? But
someone's gonna get spammed.
So, but yeah, I'll put down the name and the phone number, and that's pretty much it, and the email, of course. And so whatever, at gmail.com, mail.com. That's it, okay? And I'll put that as a reference. Okay, dope. Sweet. So let's continue on. Next thing that I would say, let's go ahead and continue on. Next up. So what's next? Let's see. Mistakes to avoid, okay? What is the number? This is such a big mistake, bro. Like, this is like this makes me so sad whenever I see this. You have no idea. Like, I want to cry sometimes, but
Please do not do what Nas is about to say, guys. Tell him, Nas. Tell him what you hate so bad.
Resumes that are longer than one page? Like, what the heck? What the heck? Resumes that are longer than one page? It's not. How can I read the resume that's longer than one page? I have no time, absolutely no time as a recruiter to view your resume. Like, make it 1 page max. Literally, I'm not kidding. It should be one page max. That's it, guys. 1 page max.
If they do happen to ask for a CV, which stands for some Latin word like curriculum vitae, whatever, that is when they do want everything. In that case, you can give them that, but they never ask for that. Like, or at least in the United States. It might be different in Europe or in other countries, but United States, they want the resume, which is a resume. It's like a short summary of everything you've done in 1 page, or everything that's relevant to what you're applying for in 1 page.
Yes, exactly. We have a question here. How many projects should we put on a resume? How many projects? So you should put on a resume, you should as many projects as possible. Put the best project.
Exactly. I also went on the YouTube comments and answered a different way. I said, personally, I would probably focus on 3 to 5, depending on how big they are, right? Like, if they're small projects, try to put more.
3
if
to 5.
They're pretty big, hefty projects. You don't need that many projects, right?
Exactly.
Because it all depends on that level of how in depth was that project.
Guys, can somebody please help me out in the comments and like just time on Nexo? Thank you. Message deleted. Thank God. Yeah, don't spam, guys. Don't spam. You don't want to do not make me or Daniel mad. Let's just keep it clean. We're here to provide value and have some fun. Like, guys, why spam the comments, huh? Why? I don't know. But anyways, cool.
By the way, I'm also going to be trying to get onto the YouTube comments and answering them as we're going.
Awesome.
So,
Sweet.
Drop some questions and I'll be getting to you.
Love it, bro. Okay. And then, of course, you do not need to make it super fancy, right? They're not really talking about, when I say super fancy, like, all these different colors. Make it simple. And then we'll give you an example of what a simple resume looks like, okay? And if just like Daniel's, for example, if you look at his resume, if you look at his resume right here, right, it's a pretty simple resume, right? It's just like, it's got the most necessary stuff: experience, projects, education, and so forth. You don't need to make it colorful. I see sometimes people they'll put like quotes on there, right? Or they'll put like all these quotes and like, I'm an inspirational and I do this and I this and I did. What? Don't.
No. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Do not, please. Okay.
All right, Nods. So
let's continue on.
Along with resumes, we also quickly want to cover something that is going to help you basically put yourself out there on the internet rather than just a resume.
Okay.
And that is LinkedIn, right? Because LinkedIn, it's an amazing social media where so many recruiters are on there, so many businesses are on there. So if you can also update your LinkedIn, you can, have these things that we're about to talk about on the LinkedIn. It's a way to just put yourself out there. You could also reach out to people, reach out to recruiters, reach out to software developers. In fact, Nas has an amazing little strategy that he'd love to use to create his resume. So Nas can even talk about that. Yeah,
so actually that's great. That's great that you bring this up. I'm very happy we're bringing this stuff up. So in terms of LinkedIn, there's a few things you kind of want to look at, right? One is, of course, here default. You have a good profile picture and a good cover photo. So profile picture, make sure your face is there. Make sure you have a clean face. Like, don't be like, okay, don't be like, that's not a good profile picture, right? You want to direct strictly into the camera, and that, my friend, is a good profile picture, okay? And make sure you have don't have like a bunch of shit in the background too, right? Just have clean background. That's all you need. That's number one. So let's just kind of put that on here. Is we'll say one is going to be clean background. Clean background. That we'll say two clean picture, right there. Right. That's part. Okay. Beautiful. All right. Attractive bio. What does that mean? We'll talk about that here in a second. Like, what is an attractive bio though? Tell me what's an attractive bio.
An attractive bio is something that the bio is only like 120 characters. Like it's very short. You could basically put who you are, or not even who you are, but what it is that it's about, right? Like if you could summarize you in 120 characters or how many ever characters, I don't know what the limit is there.
Yeah.
Then that's what you want to put. So it's like a resume. It's like a resume of everything.
Yeah.
So you also want to make it to a point where you're showing maybe what you're interested in, what you're pursuing, what part of your time, or what I guess phase of your life you're in, right? Like if you're barely in the undergraduate stage, if you already graduated, right? Like where are you? Basically, if you could put everything together into one line. Right?
Exactly. And then we'll give you guys an example here in a second, okay, as well. Next up is going to be work experience, of course. That's self-explanatory. And mainly we'll talk about this here in resumes is how to actually put the correct work experience, right? Because you can just simply put, okay, I worked at this company. I worked at Google. I worked at whatever company you worked at. But, there's a way to talk about what you actually did there. And that is probably even more important, okay? So that's not part one. Next step is of course, make sure to add projects to LinkedIn. A lot of you guys miss up on that. A lot of you guys forget to put projects on LinkedIn. Add those in there. Those are important right here. Add those in there, okay? And then of course, recommendations, so important. Rishi, one of the students I coach, after he got recommendations, he was people. That's what people look for, right? Like why are recommendations so important, Daniel?
I mean, it's similar to the reference, right? Like if someone can give that point of view of like, hey, I worked with Nas and he has an amazing work ethic, he has great communication skills, then they already have that point of reference of, all right, well, now we kind of know how Nas works, even though we've never worked with Nas before, but we kind of understand how he works already.
Exactly. And I think one good example might be something like, I think we put Rishi on here, Rishi Patel.
Oh, well, I think he put himself when he was putting up that slide.
Oh, okay. So, he did.
Oh, what's that combo?
So I gotta watch out for this stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, it's live. There's I can't take it back.
So look, start with those pictures of Rishi at first.
Yeah.
Start from the top.
Yeah.
Clean picture.
Yeah.
Straight to the camera.
Right,
you can identify his face.
Yeah.
The background, you kind of get an idea. He's into coding. I really can't read that because it's smaller on my screen, but maybe Nas can zoom in or read it.
Yeah.
He's telling you full stack developer and mobile app developer, so you get a sense of who he is.
Exactly.
Right? His bio,
and the bio, guys, and the bio here, very important. If you are someone who's a complete beginner, for example, then you can say I'm an aspiring full stack developer, right? So one great example that I'll give you is like, for example, Corey, which is another student that I teach as well. Right, so like he'll say UX engineer, full stack developer, University of California. So you talk about like who you are, right? And if you, for example, are still learning, then you just say I'm an aspiring full stack developer. That's it. That's all you'll say. No need to lie about it, right? Just say I'm an aspiring, meaning I'm still working towards it. Let's go back to it. Let's go back. All right, that's good. The about section pretty clean. Look at that. It says pretty much starts out with, hi, my name is Rishi. This is who I am. I'm a full stack web developer, and so forth. My primary focus is on building front-end web applications, native mobile applications, integrations, and so forth. Hopefully you guys can read that. Let me zoom in this and this even more. Can I zoom in here even more? Yeah, I can. There we go. So you guys can read that even better. There we go. And you'll say, for example, yes, let me see, where is it? So my skill set, he talks about his skill sets. What does he do? Like from React Native, JavaScript, CSS, and so forth. So include include, of course, what you know. And I do this because, I love the process of turning dreams into reality by converting ideas into code. That's awesome. I love that. I have a serious passion for designing the top grade UIs and working logic to create dynamic user experience. So he talks about why he loves software development, right? Why does he love coding? Like, why do you love why do you love coding? Like that's a good question to ask her. So why do you love coding?
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's a good question right there. Why do you love coding? Okay, and you talk about that. Why did you get into it? That's a really important aspect. Okay. Next up is going to be, I spent past 2 years learning top-notch technologies and so forth. I've developed, a voice assistant, and I recently graduated and so forth. And then he talks a little bit about kind of a side note what he likes to do. So like he likes to play volleyball. And what this aspect does right here, guys, is this kind of shows you a little bit about your personality, right? So I love playing volleyball, learning new technologies every day, and it's something that allows me to be creative, connect with people, and even just bring people together through teaching. I love that. See. Actually, it's so interesting because that's pretty much similar to what I have too. I think he just took.
Did he just copy paste? Interesting, Rishi.
Hey.
We're on to you, brother.
We're on to you, bro. But no, that's awesome. And then of course, let me go ahead and remove this. And of course, he does. He puts down his work experience, and then he's got recommendations. He asked me for recommendations, which is awesome. And then he has his projects. You can see right here. These are all his projects. You see that right there. See? So epic projects. And then we'll talk about how to actually properly format these projects as well. Okay? So that's cool. So
yeah.
So I think that's the kind of gist. That's kind of the gist of it, guys. Now let's kind of move on at this point because we want to get to the. Go ahead.
Exactly. So that was LinkedIn. And the next thing you're going to see is let's talk just a little bit about building your own personal brand, right? Because we're still talking about the online presence, right?
Yes.
So at this point, you can focus Instagram, Facebook, wherever it is you want.
Yes.
Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be just for getting jobs. This could be more, in my opinion, for networking. Mm-hmm. If you start to build that Instagram, you're going to attract people who are into those similar interests, right? So if you have an Instagram about web development, you're adding value. People who care about web development are going to follow you. You can follow them back, and you start to build relationships that way. So I think this is kind of like you with that big megaphone saying, I am a software developer, and other software developers are coming across next to you, and they're like, oh, me too.
Yeah,
and now you have friends, and now you got connections, which makes it way easier. Honestly, it makes it way easier to land a job, because what I've realized is in the industry, sometimes it's not about what you know, it's about who you know as well. And that can get you a foot in the door a lot quicker.
Actually, it's a lot about who you know, guys. It is very much most of my jobs, personally for me, most of my jobs came from, like the jobs where I actually worked, came from people that I knew. Literally, somebody recommended me, right? Somebody recommended me, and there we go. Like one really cool thing that Risha did personally, and this is just, listen up really closely here, okay? One really cool that he did is he applied for a job on LinkedIn, okay? He applied for a job on LinkedIn. And then what he did with that is then he actually found the person who created the job description, or the job, who posted the job. And then he messaged that person himself and say, hey, I'm really interested. This is who I am. I'm really interested in, in your company, what you guys do. Do you guys have any open positions? And then that person then got him in touch with other people, got him in touch with the CEO. And now, guess what? Wait.
Tell him, Nas.
Guess what? Now he's got a job that pays him $50K as a front-end developer. Hey, no, this one. That is sick. Like, how insane is that, right? So, guys, it's all about making connections. It is all about, right, building that network and so forth.
Exactly. And building your online presence allows you to amplify that, because it's not just your network of close friends. Now it's your network of close friends on the internet that could be all over the world.
Exactly. Sweet. Cool. So let's get this party started. Let's get this party going. Build your online presence, right? Like, for example, we got a few great examples, like either Amanoth, right? Amanoth, or like either me or Amanoth or Kazi. Just look at a few people who are doing it, right? Amanoth is another great guy who's working some great stuff right here. See? You see how he's building his online presence? You see how he says, I'm a developer, right? I'm a content creator. And he just brings in a lot of stuff that he knows about React, about a few different things, right? And so forth. And if you guys, of course, want to follow, me and Nas right here, I've got some stuff on here too, right? Talking about some interviews, right? And of course, we got some Daniel Seifert, right? So Daniel Seifert, what's your day, Seifert?
Dude, I am not building my Instagram at all, so I think it's a
not
bad example.
Oh, let's not show it.
Let's not do that.
Let's not show it.
I need to work on that. I'm being honest. I need to work on that stuff. All
Yeah,
right,
he's working
guys.
on it.
It's
He's working on it. He's working on it. But
uh,
anyways, so yeah, show your personality. Show who you are. So I think one important thing to keep in mind when you're doing your, for example, Instagram, because I just wanted to give you some tactical advice, right? Number one is right, provide value. And I'll keep this here. So number one, we'll talk about this. Number one is going to be provide value. Provide value. Value. Number two is going to be number two, show your personality. Right. So it's not about, right. It is not about guys just kind of providing value and telling people, about software development and so forth. It's about showing your personality, like who you are. For example, here, what Amanov does is great. Is you can see here, he has a quote: "You don't lose anything to leave behind something positive. You don't lose anything to be at least." So he's showing his personality, right? And then number three is going to be like post content to connect with people. And then, actually, I'll say this. And then connect with others.
That's so huge, man, because very often we're behind computer screens and we forget the other person that you're talking to is just a human, right? Like we just treat it like, oh, whatever, just a message or whatever. But like, right here, I'm behind the camera, Nas behind the camera.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're just other people, right?
Exactly.
We have fears, we have insecurities, we have ambitions. So being able to just establish that connection is what's actually going to be able to allow you to develop those relationships online.
Exactly. Beautiful. Okay, so those are three things that you want to write. Post valuable content, kind of like what Amanov does in here, right? So if you look at some stuff here, right? He posts valuable content, which is right here, right? That's valuable content. He posts content that shows his personality, which is quotes. You see that? And then there's probably content as well, for example, that shows a story in his life. For example, the best lesson I've learned in my life, right? So he posts, there's three types of content. It's content that kind of value content, personality content, and then story content, right? So 1, 2, 3. And that's how you want that. So we just got into a lot of stuff, which is great. So people are learning a lot of stuff. So what are you guys thinking? Drop in the comments below. What are you guys thinking of kind of the content we're providing so far? I think it's some really good stuff right now. Cool.
Dude, it's some great stuff. If you do this outside of just building your resume, it's like you're just setting yourself up for success. It's amazing.
Exactly. Dope. All right. Are you ready? Let's get into
to the meat. Let's get into the meat of this, bro. Why are we here, Nas? Why are we here? Because Mr. Bean has a big message for us.
Mr. Bean, bro. I love this. Okay. Hold on. Let me move this away so you guys can see. Here's Mr. Bean right there. There's Mr. Bean. There is Mr. Bean. All right, guys. You guys ready? Let's get into it. All right. Let's go ahead and let's get into it really quickly here. So, all right. What resumes do we have? We have a few resumes that basically people have applied to us. We have a few resumes right here. We're going to go through them resumes here in a second. So there's a lot of resumes that kind of people have sent to us. We'll go kind of from down to here, and we'll show you guys kind of what to do and what to apply and what to change. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Hey.
Appreciate your sound.
Hey.
Appreciate your sound.
Guys, we're having so much fun with this.
It's because Nas and I just love to dance. So if you put music, we start
He's
dancing.
a salsa dancer too, by the way. All right, sweet. So, first one, I think Srikar. I told him that I would look into his stuff. You guys are like hilarious. Steven is like laughing like crazy. All right. So, okay. So Srikar, I'll do Srikar because he's been asking me for. He's asked a lot of my. He's asked me quite a few times now. So let's do a few things. And I'll put comments kind of in here as well so people can see. Actually, let me. How can I move myself so that it's easier? I think here. This would be better. This here is better. Yeah. So, cool. So, let's do a few things. So, what is the first that pops out into your? Okay, let's look into some the good parts in here. Let's look into some good parts.
Gotcha. So, first things that pop out in terms of good is the top. It's super clean. You have the name, portfolio, Instagram. Maybe I would add in there the it's set up so that you could just add in your email, and your phone number, right? So those are probably the main points of contact.
So hold on.
I also
So
like how you
let me
can
let me
clearly
let,
see
let, let me put
sections.
this up. Let me put this up. So hold on. Let me put this up. So what I will do is okay. So hold on. I will do like this. So pros.
Pros, it's, I think it's very cleaned and you could see the sections. You have the top, which is a personal information.
Clean.
Each sections, you can
Okay.
see like the education, links, coursework, projects. The bolded is where it should be bolded. You have the bullets. So I just think it's very, very cleaned and sectioned off so that your eyes could look to specific things and find them pretty quickly.
Yeah. So easy to read. I would actually say it's a little bit hard to read personally.
Okay.
I
You
would
feel
s-
like it's too compact or what?
too compact. So here's what's taking priority in my mind. So the pro. Well, here's what the pros is. It's one page. That's part one. So it's one page. That's a pro. Okay.
That's all Nas cares about.
That's
If
all I
one
care about
page,
here for a
it's good.
second. That's a pro. But the con, I would say, the con with this, I would say, is going to be is this. Check this out. So, you see how like this and this, it's all starting to take priority. Like, I don't know where should I look at. Like if you want me to look at experiences and projects, I want you to bold this and want you to pull this. This is the first thing I want to look at, right? So bold experience, bold projects, and make this right here the font. Make this font smaller. So the font of the actual projects, make it smaller, because right now what stands out to me in a second right now is going to be the coursework,
Because of all the bolding there.
all the bolding. That's what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking at coursework right now.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'm looking at coursework, and so I would actually say remove this fully. Do we need it?
I'm trying to see. So, do you happen to have background on how old they are or what?
He is 13, which is insane.
Okay, that's why I was like, man, he's got middle school. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
he's 13.
So,
He's 13. But
so
look,
he's like
but look
in
at
his-
his projects, the amount of stuff that he's done.
yeah, that's insane. That should be the resume. Everything else.
Yeah, like this, my friend, you don't really need any of this, right? So coursework. So let's do this. The coursework, delete. Okay.
Agreed.
That's part one. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna type in, because it's so hard to be doing so many fucking things at the same time. So fixes, and now fixes. So okay, so we're gonna say delete coursework. Okay, delete coursework. Okay, next thing. Let's go ahead. What else should we fix? Okay, let's go ahead and bold the actual title of like experience and projects. So I want
So
you
like
to
the sections.
the section. So bold, because this tells me exactly where my eye needs to look at. So bold sections. You guys need to understand, a recruiter has literally 5 seconds to look at your resume. 5 seconds. No, seconds. Okay, and that's it. And so if they don't see things that stand out to them, they're just going to move on. I'm sorry. They're just going to move on. So bold the sections, very important, okay? Okay. And then next up, so we got that. Okay, so we got that. Education, I think that's great. So education is useful. And I love, actually, I'm gonna put this as a pro here. I'm gonna say here, I'm gonna say the pro for here is going to be links. Links. They're pretty useful. The links that he made here. Right? I feel that's pretty useful links.
Although, yeah, I mean, if it's a,
What do you think?
Do you just? Yeah, I guess my concern has always been with like I've seen a lot of people print out resumes
Mm-hmm.
to like review them,
Mm-hmm.
not just online resume.
Okay.
But which at that point, obviously, the link, unless it tells you the link of like, oh, go to citycad.com/project1 or something like that, where it's something easy to put
So
in.
you mean more so like, for example, like
So links work
this.
great for online resumes and online portfolios, but obviously a link isn't going to work if they're printing it out. Like you just can't click on the paper
True.
and then it takes you there, right?
True. So here's what I'll say. Here's my personal. Okay, links. You don't really. So this is great. This is awesome. But it's not really necessary. Really, what they're going to look for, they're looking for your experience and projects.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're
Yep.
looking for. Okay, your experience and projects. Now, the links that I would say that are allowed are links like here. You see, This link.
Yeah, for your specific project.
For
they can
specific
especially if
projects.
it's online, right?
Exactly. So let's go ahead. So that's another thing I'll do in terms of fixes, and I'll put that down here. Let's go ahead and put that fix. Maybe I should put that as like a fix. Yeah, I'll put that down. No, I'm trying to figure out where to put this stuff so that it doesn't overlay. Okay, next up, let's go ahead and remove links. Remove the links section. There's somebody said that you don't need to put you don't need to put more than what you need. Somebody said recently, you don't need to add more than what you need.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
When it comes to a good resume,
Yeah,
it's mostly about cutting out the things you don't need.
exactly.
So only having the things that you do need.
Exactly. Education is fine. That's so good. Okay, I like that. And the reason why, here's the thing, because if you remove links, now check this out. If you remove links, so let me go ahead and cut some of these things out. Just like so. Here we go. If you remove links, okay, then what's going to happen, my friend, is the following. Look at this. Then the technical skills now becomes more important. The things that you actually know, the things that actually people care about, now becomes the priority. Do you see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You see?
And it also just gives literally more space on the paper
Exactly.
so that you can expand on the projects if you want. Like right now, we'll get more deeper into the projects where Nas talks a lot about making them action oriented.
Exactly.
But you could put in a lot more details that might help them understand what you did with that project and what skills you developed.
Exactly. So remove that. In terms of, okay, so that's good. That means that technical skills can go up. Okay, coursework. We said we don't need coursework, right? That's unnecessary. Okay. Next up, soft skills. Do we need that? We don't need that.
Those are things you can communicate
Uh-huh.
with your projects or your experience, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's like a soft skill of, decision-making capabilities. You could talk about, if you're Amazon clone, you had to create a decision between A or B. You
Yeah.
said, decided, did a study and decided that A was a better option because blah, 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 blah. Like you can have those things there and
Yeah.
it showcases the soft skills.
Yeah, exactly. So I would say in terms of remove soft skills, that's part one. We don't need that, right? This is kind of like they will see your soft skills just by interviewing with you or talking with you. They'll see how it is, or they'll see it based on your projects. Okay. So next part 3 is going to be also remove the soft skills. You don't need that. Also, where else can I put this? Remove. We're just gonna whatever. Soft skills. Okay, remove soft skills. Okay, somebody said, yeah, skills are more likely to come up during an interview. Exactly. So just remove them. You don't need them. Okay, cool. So that's awesome. I like that part. I like that stuff. Okay, so we told him basically to remove all this stuff. All those things on the left-hand side. Keep the technical skills. So the technical skills is a really, really important part, I would say. That part is, I would say, keep that, right? So technical skills, 100%. 100%. Nope, not this one. 100% keep that right here, right? And make them actually more bold. Like, for example, and you don't need to say proficient, familiar with. Please, people, for the love of God, okay? Like, please, the whole proficient and like, how good am I at this? How good am I at that? Like, who are you to decide how good, like how do they know, like, what does a proficient mean? Like, what is proficient? And I know, actually, Daniel, you have that on your resume, and I don't agree with this, actually. Like, what does proficient mean? Or what is familiar, like, or they'll have like a bar, like I'll see people like, I'm good at this,
75%.
only like 75%. What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah. So the way I did it on my resume was more relative to my own skill set, right?
Yeah.
For example, I had done like 1 or 2 projects in C++.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not something that I feel strongly about. Like if you asked me to create a thread with C++, I wouldn't know off the top of my head. I'd probably have to do like a deep Google search. But I had done threads, and I say threads because that tends to be a different type of thing that a lot of people don't even get to mess with, right? But I've done that with multiple projects in Java. So that's why I was doing it more relative to my skill set, so that if it came up like, hey, are you able to go deep into C++? Be like, oh, well, I rated it a little less. But yeah, I mean, you can also just have those skills there anyways. In the end, there's no metric that is going to allow you to rate it, so it's all subjective.
Yeah, so I would say it's subjective as well. Okay, cool. So yeah, but I think you really need that. So Okay, next up, let's talk about these awards. Before we move on to the actual projects, let's talk about a little bit about these awards right here. So awards, I think this is pretty cool. I actually put awards on here, like hackathon. I think this is actually pretty cool. But I would actually expand on that, and I will say like, what did you build at these specific like hackathons right there? Kent hacks, dub hacks. I would actually build on top of it. So actually talk about what did you build at the hackathon. You know?
And I think that's a great point because it gives them more insight than like if you just say second place
Yeah.
overall. It's like, all right, what does that mean? But if you're like, oh, I built a cool to-do list tracker called Rocket, or what's the name of your to-do list?
Bro, how do you not know what the name to-do list
Rocket
is?
Planner?
Huh? Rocket Planner, bro.
Yeah.
It has to do with what you did. Rocket ships, man.
But here's the thing I want to say. The cool thing is since we removed the coursework and the links,
Yeah.
you have a lot of space and the soft skills. You have a lot of space on the left. So I would
Exactly.
move the awards and accomplishments and the certificates to the left.
Yes.
And that gives you so much space to expand for your projects and experience again, which are going to be the king
Yeah.
of your resume.
So you can almost move the awards kind of down here to the left hand side. Is that what you're talking about?
And the certifications.
And certifications, exactly.
If
So
you
move
keep those.
Yeah, so move them. So again, what do we say? We removed the soft skills. We removed all these awards right here. Move the technical skills up right here, right? That's the most important thing, right? And then let's move the certifications to the left hand side, right? And that's pretty much it. And I think I like that part. I like that side.
Yeah, because that's going to give you so much space for projects, which again, I personally think you can expand way more on rather than just like
Exactly.
3 bullet points like uses Python, which we'll get more into. But you can expand, and that's going to really showcase why you should, why you're qualified for a specific job.
Cool. Exactly. Cool stuff. Awesome. So this is cool. And like I said, just kind of what we said, talk about second place. What did you actually do at these specific places? Like the hackathon, because I had that on my resume too. But what did you actually do? That's the question, right? So that would be awesome. Okay, I'm gonna put the what did you do at the hackathon? Hackathon. I'm gonna put that hackathons. Expand on that. Okay, cool. Nice. People see kind of what we're talking about. Cool. Let's now take a look at the kind of the experience and the projects. Okay. Ready, bro? All right.
Yeah, let's
So
do it.
so experience. Okay, dev hacks. Added and revised lessons curricula for people to learn from. Co-developing a website for people to learn computer science and get them ready to participate in hackathons. Okay, cool. So so let's see what do you think about this?
I think if you can also, sometimes if you can quantify things, it helps them to understand maybe
Okay.
the amount of work that you had to do. So I don't know if there's some sort of quantity you can add to this, right?
Right.
So maybe there's like at least revised lesson curricular. Maybe it was like 5 hours of the lesson curricular, 10 hours, 50 hours,
Mhm.
whatever that may be. But sometimes adding that quantity number can just give someone a visual perspective of the amount of workload that had to happen.
Yeah, so give us an example. Give us an example, Daniel.
Exactly. So in terms of the lesson curricular for people to learn, he edited and revised. Maybe it could be like, edited 50 hours worth of content and brought it down to 30 hours worth of content. So we had to get
Yeah,
rid
so
of
like
those 20 hours that weren't effective.
edited
Right? So
30 hours worth of content
yeah. So or the 30 hours of lessons, curriculas
to
for
help
people to
but
learn.
also say why, right? To help students, right? Why? Like to help students understand, learn more
Exactly.
quicker.
Exactly. Or the results that might have achieved, right?
Yeah.
This allowed us to have more efficient curriculum, or this allowed us to have, if you have a number to that, 30% more efficient curriculum because people were actually finishing the course now, since before it was just like 30 hours of content. Right?
Exactly. So yeah, that's very important, right? So edit 30 hours worth of content to help students learn quicker, right? Now, because what we want to get to is we want to get to this where this is more results based, right? It's all about being results based versus action based. I can say that hey, I developed some stuff, right? I developed a project, but versus if I say, for example, I said, you know what? I, for example, decreased efficiency by 50% by developing a Python script. That now is so much better, right? Or for example, you can say, So for here, what I really love, I love how you said co-developing for people to learn computer science and get them ready for to participate in hackathons. So you can expand on that even more. So I would say number one, what I want you to do here is I actually want you to bullet point it. So number one, I want you to bullet point what you did. So add bullet points, right? So 1 bullet point, 2 bullet points. Okay, so add bullet points. Number two, what I want you to do is going to be to go ahead and on the code developing website for how can we make that look a little bit more like results based? What do you think?
Sorry, I was responding to a YouTube comment. For which
Improved.
one?
Okay, so improved, get them ready to participate. Okay, people to learn. Actually, I like the code developing website too for people to learn computer science and get them ready to participate in hackathons. This section is pretty good, I would say, in terms of results based.
Yeah. I mean, he literally started with those action words.
Yeah.
What did he do? Edit and revise. What did he do?
Yes.
Co-develop.
Yes,
So
co-developed.
those things are good. I just think what you talked on, if you could really deliver that result, what was that result that he gave along with that action? Like what result did that action create? I think we just add in a little more of that.
I'm trying to figure out how can we help with that? Like what can we personally do with that, you know? How can we actually change that?
Yeah, so I mean the changing again.
How can we change it? Like, look, he co-developed the website, to bring thousands. Oh, check this out. How about this? Co-developed a website that will be used by thousands. Oh, to website to bring
to prepare hackathon participants
to prepare that will be used by thousands. There we go.
Yeah, so there's that number, that quantity we talked about.
Thousands
100 people
of
are going to use it,
students.
1,000 people are going to use it, 10,000 people.
Students to sign up and learn more. Boom, right there. Develop a website that will be used by thousands. Oh, that's perfect, bro. That sounds so good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if you add that quantity of thousands, now they understand the impact of those results.
Exactly. So could develop a website they'll develop a website that will be used by thousands of students to sign up and learn more. That is so, you now are saying like a number, you know. I co-developed that will be used by thousands of people. Like how insane does that sound? Like that sounds really good, right? So talk about that and make that a bullet point. And honestly, if you make that the only bullet point, that's it. You do not need anything else. And then number 3, what I would say, this is really important, guys. 3, and this is something I personally like to do. 3 is technologies used. I love to do this part. This part I personally think helps me out too. And also what I'll do is I'll do like technologies used, and I will say, for example, like, you know, I think he used He used React.js, and then he used, for example, Bootstrap, and so forth. And if you can put the link on there, like, and then put the link. That's
the website? Yeah.
Yeah. So number 4, we'll say for number 4 we put the link. That is perfect, my friend. That is perfect. So add the technologies used, so like React.js, Bootstrap, and so forth, and then put the link that actually correlates with that specific project, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean that would absolutely kill that experience area.
Exactly. Perfect.
Perfect.
Go ahead.
Nothing else. No, like literally just
okay.
Perfect. It's perfect.
So on this part, it kind of, that's good. I love that part. Now let's move on to the next one, which is going to be what? The projects. Okay, right here. So AI learns to play. Okay, the project. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the first one here. Use neural evolution. Okay. How can you improve on this? What do you think, Daniel? I have a few suggestions.
Okay. Oh, the thinking music. I feel like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? When they ask you a question, you're like, oh, B, final answer.
A. All right. So what do you think?
So I feel like in terms of I really like the song, dude. I don't want to answer. I just want to enjoy the song.
No,
okay.
Here, I'll make it a little bit less so you get so that I think this is cool right there.
So what I guess one of the first things that comes to mind is, AI learns to play Flappy Bird. I wanna like this sounds like an awesome project.
Yes,
I want to
it does.
understand what happened, what went into this. So you're telling me the technologies you use, right? Which is the neat one that you pointed out, the neuroevolution one. But if I'm a person who maybe doesn't know much about AI because I'm not hiring for AI position,
Yes.
if that doesn't give me a lot of context. Maybe I'm hiring for a web developer position, which is what you applied for, maybe.
Yes.
But you just happen to do this cool project that I want to learn more about. So if I could just get more context as to what did you do and what does this project do, I think that would be a little bit better for me.
Exactly. Beautiful. Yeah. So let's actually I want to do it for him right now. Like let's actually take a look how would I improve this, and I'll approve one of them, and then he'll talk about the here. He'll improve the other ones. But for example, let's talk about this one. So so how would I improve this is, for example, I would say programmed. Here's what I would say programmed. Right there. I programmed the AI game, both AI and game, an AI and AI game environment, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, he said both the AI and the game environment.
An AI, an artificial, an AI, and game environment. An environment for learning purposes. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that shows again that results of you being able to learn, taking that action, being proactive about learning something you're passionate about, like AI, right? Because
Yes.
I'm assuming there's some sort of interest there, some sort of passion if you're just taking on these projects for fun, right? It doesn't sound like it was something that was forced upon you.
Exactly,
Hey, you have to
exactly.
build this AI Flappy Bird.
Exactly. So so that's cool. And then also, for example, I'll talk about, for example, technologies used.
Yeah. So there is that where you would talk about the neat, or
Yep.
what would you do there?
And then technologies used, you would say, for example, Python, right? And then you would say, for example, Python. Then you'll say whatever the neat thing. And then what else do you have to do? So you talk about basically here, I probably an AI game environment for learning purposes, right? Technologies used, Python, neat, and so forth. And that's it. And if you can, add GitHub link.
Yep.
The amount of times, guys, literally, not long. the
Now,
amount.
would it be worth adding one more that could expand on what else he learned?
Yes,
'Cause right now we're talking about,
yes,
all
let's do that
it
right
was for
now.
learning
What else?
purposes, right?
What else?
So it was like, what was the result? Like, what did you learn from that? So because of this project, you were able to learn about Neat. Maybe there's also some other things that you learned about, like, hey, how do you integrate AI into a game environment, or how do you even develop a game environment?
So
right?
learn to integrate. What else did you learn? Integrate an AI into a game environment. Something like that.
So again, this is So this is me and Nas making an assumption. I don't know what else you learned, but think about something else that you learned, because you're saying the purpose of this project was to learn. So what was the result? What did you learn?
Exactly. Perfect. So that would be awesome. So, and again, with all these projects, right? Make sure, like I said, it's very important. Add that GitHub link, okay? Add a GitHub link. The amount of times, guys, that a recruiter will literally come to me when I was talking with them on the phone call, and they say, hey, or I had an interview with someone, for example, I think at Twitter it was, and he had literally had me go through one of the projects that I had with the GitHub link that I put on the resume. He literally had me go through one of the projects, and I did. And it was awesome.
Nice.
So literally, do not be afraid, right? It's useful stuff, right? As long as the shit is not, as long as the code is not shit, that's what I'll say. But that's what I'll say. I'll say to that. So awesome, cool. So what do we have in the comments here? We got so many people. We got Nikhil, always here to help you. Oh, so many. You guys are awesome comments. I love it.
Yeah, we got lots of people.
When you say
adding
projects,
value
can we
in the
include the
comments.
project that we did as part of our degree? Yes, of course. Include projects. Somebody is asking, can you include projects from the projects that when you were in college? Of course. Any project that you build, include that. if you built it,
Yep.
perfect. Okay,
Yeah,
cool. So
and the
go ahead.
caveat I answered there on the chat for that same one is I personally think it's more impactful if you talk about personal projects because it shows that you're proactive,
Yeah.
not just doing whatever the school tells you to do. So add those, but again, the caveat is if you projects that you've worked on by yourself, I think those
Sweet.
should be prioritized.
Sweet, awesome. Okay, cool. Let's move on, my friend. So that is now we've done your project. Okay, let's go ahead and move on, or your resume. Let's go ahead and move on next up. So which one should we pick? What do you think?
Who's the lucky winner? Whichever one, man. Do you recognize any of these names? Anyone has asked you before?
Yes, I have. Actually, I have. So let's take a look at. Let me see. Who new do we have? And we're trying our best, of course, to make sure that we take a look at as many as possible. So let's do. I would say Brian right here.
Brian Kim.
Brian Kim. So
Alright, let me pull
okay,
it up.
Brian Kim. Okay. All right. What are some things? Some takeaways here?
I think it looks a little too minimalistic. Just like it almost looks like if he turned it in for homework. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a little essay that you had to write.
Too minimalistic.
Too minimalistic.
You want to add some structure. You want to add some structure to it. Okay.
Exactly. I do like that. Although it does touch with something we talked about of like this seems like it does have the just the minimum amount of things that need for him to get the job.
Yes.
He's got the sections, he's got the education, the experience, the skills, the technology he's familiar with. So it's like, all right, these have all the minimal components that he needs to get the job. So that is a big thumbs up right there.
Yeah, and I'm trying to find for example, if you guys look at, I'm trying to find my resume as well. So I want to say software engineering resume. Let me open it up so that hopefully, I don't know. The only issue with my resume is the fact that I have contact information on there. So maybe if I can remove the contact information.
You don't want people contacting you
No,
for a
not
job?
not right now, bro.
Bro, all right, I got you. Now let me see if I could
Hold on.
send it to you.
Let's see. Give us a second, guys. Give me a second.
Okay.
I got it actually.
Oh, if you check in our chat,
I got it.
September 19th.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I removed my. Hey, there we go. Okay, look at this, guys. So check this out. Okay, check this out. You guys ready? Ready? Let's go. So this is actually one of the resumes that I've used. This is a resume that got me basically, interview at companies like Google and Palantir and so forth. So if you look at this resume, and let me zoom in on here. Let me zoom in so you guys can see. Ooh, zoom in is a bit too much. But you can see, for example, kind of start out with number one, kind of my name. I had contact information on here, right? And so there's structure to this. There's clear structure to this specific resume, right? And the structure is the following. The structure is the fact that, well, if you look at it, right, we've got University of Michigan here, awards, and the boldness actually helps a lot, right? And then it looks clean as well because you got some lines kind of break it up, right? Not really projects. And as you kind of go down for projects, you have the experience right here and so forth. And so you kind of want to add a little bit of flavor and styling, okay? And so that's kind of what we're looking for when I say add some structure when it's too minimalistic. Does that make sense? Hopefully.
For sure. And so the bolding can also either hurt you or help you, right? I mean, here's one thing about it. If you start bolding everything,
Yeah.
and something I think I look at the resume we're reviewing, Brian's resume, I see like there's so much bolding that the bolding doesn't get my attention anymore, you know?
Mhm. Yeah,
But if
exactly.
you strategically bold things, then those capture your attention right off the bat.
Exactly. Dope. Okay, cool. So let's take a look at what we said. Too minimalistic, add some structure to it. Okay. In terms of what does he have on it? In terms of the actual content, what do you think about that?
Let me zoom in so I can start to read that.
Yeah.
I mean, for sure, definitely the experience. It's missing a lot.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, with the experience, with the projects or whatever experience you have, we haven't dug deep into it. I just feel like you can add in a lot more bullet points, similar to the one that we had. Like one project had at least 3 to 4 to maybe even 5 different bullet points on things that you learned, the results that you got, things that you had to be a part of inside of that project.
Yeah, and so a few things here. Here's what I'll say. I'm a little bit confused. Kind of like it's so minimalistic. It's like I have no idea kind of what's going on here. So here's what I'll say. Okay, number one, I'll say numero uno. Numero uno, I will say is move your languages to the top. So move languages. languages to the top, right? So you can see right here you have the language right here. Let's go ahead and move them all the way to the top. No, not this one. Move them all the way to the top. Okay, I want to see what languages do you know. Okay, that's part one. This stuff, the skills, I don't need this. I don't need the fact that you do 3D live action, the fact that you do lighting and rendering, all this stuff. If you're applying for a software development job, then yes, this could be. If you're applying for a software development job, you don't need any of this stuff.
Yeah, just put the stuff that's relevant, guys.
So
now, if you're applying for something that has to do with those things, then include those things.
Yeah. So number two is going to be remove the skills. Okay, remove the skills. Okay, remove the skills. Next up, software. I kind of like this. The fact that you put software, that's useful, right? But put all the software, programming code languages, the languages you put all the way to the top. That's gonna be part one. Okay. Next up. I don't see any projects. Where the heck are the projects? 3. Where are the projects? Okay? There's no projects here. Right? So I'm sure you...
Show me the money, Brian.
Show me the money, right? If you don't know how many projects... I'm sure you've done some projects. I'm sure you have. And if you don't, then do some projects, of course. But show the projects, okay? 4, it looks like the stuff you have on here is a 3D... In terms of experience, retail service, here's the thing. This does not apply to the job that you're going to be working at. Right? Remove, you don't need more experience than you actually need. You don't need more experience than you need. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you... go ahead.
Make it applicable, if you can, make it applicable to what you're doing. So for example, the retail selling, the selling isn't applicable to software, but what might be is the communication skills you had to develop for luxurious service selling, right?
Yeah.
But again, if you happen to include that in the experience, you see how you have the clothing retail services?
Yeah.
You could talk about those soft skills there, where it's all like, where you talk about what you learned through selling, the results you got through selling, but don't talk about, I sold X amount. Talk about, I developed amazing communication skills that are unmatched by any other programmer,
exactly.
or whatever that looks like.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I like that. So developed amazing communication skills. Yeah, communication skills and so forth. Awesome.
And sometimes saying yourself developed amazing communication skills is kind of weird because it's self-proclaimed, but you could probably reword that in a way that shows you actually developed great communication skills.
Exactly. Now, if you, for example, here, you went ahead and you did graphic design, and this probably relates more to the job than anything else, put that to the top, right? This should be the first one that people see. This one right here, graphic design. Okay, and inside here, don't be, for example, I'm responsible for fixing models and so forth. Again, it's about results based, right? What do we talk about? Results, right? Result based. What results did you bring? Right? What results did you bring? So, for example, let's say you did responsible for fixing the models as well. We can see, for example, if you did fixing some what is it? What are those models called? What is it? Some models. Let's say you're responsible for fixing
virtual reality, augmented reality.
Yeah. So, for example, you can say stuff like, let me see. Go ahead. I will say. What? Increase the worker productivity. I don't know.
Exactly. So what I would do is, what's the action that you did? What's the result that you provided?
Yeah.
Right. So in the example, let's just take that first one. Responsible for fixing 3D models. So fixed 3D models that used artificial intelligence and augmented reality and virtual reality. And what did that do? That increased the productivity.
Yeah.
That increased the efficiency. Like, what was that result that fixing created for them?
So here's what I'll say increased like this, increased worker productivity, right? Worker productivity by what? By fixing.
Yeah, perfect.
Fixing. There we go.
So what I like about that sentence is he actually put the results in the beginning.
Yes, exactly. Right? So
put the result in the beginning, and then we put the action in the second
part. By fixing 3D models for 3D models. this is the one thing I guess we miss like through Zoom is like if we had Zoom, then we can actually directly ask that question to that person, right? But that's the one thing I guess we're missing here. That's the one thing, you know, I actually had people on Zoom call. So by fixing 3D models for blah, 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 for so and so, you see? So again, it's more about results based. I'm saying here, I increase the worker productivity, right? By doing this. It's always about result. If you're going to, in terms of how to phrase a sentence, result plus action, or sometimes you do action plus result. So I, you know, fix 3D models to increase worker productivity. So you can.
I think it's better to have result and then action.
Yeah,
always have those two: result, action, result.
But those two are very, very important. Okay, so I'm seeing those. Well, not, no. Those two are very, very important. Okay.
Dude, you need to get better at that, bro.
What's up?
You need to get better at that.
I know, because sometimes like I gotta click on it. So hold on, let's try. You ready? Ready? Those two are very, very important. There you go.
I was better.
All right, cool. So I think we kind of went through that. This is a kind of a quick one right here. So I like that. Cool. All right, next up, one more thing. I think we'll go through one more, guys. Okay. And somebody said, does chronological matter? So Kenny asked, does chronological order matter for experience? Does it matter?
Chronological. I think it's more about relevancy, in my opinion.
Yes.
I mean, to some point, right? Like if you have something that was like 10 years ago, I mean, I don't even know if it should really be on the resume. It sounds like it was such a long time ago, right? But there's things that are close together.
Yeah.
I think first thing they're going to see, again, you have very limited time for that to get their attention, but they're going to be going down your paper. So if you have the most relevant things on top, that might be better, in my opinion.
Yeah. And if you guys actually want to submit your resume, check this out, guys. Here, I will go ahead and open this form up for you guys. Open form.
Oh, snaps. We're opening the form.
If you want to submit your resume here, I'll put, oh shit, wait, can I put in the comments? Oh, actually, can you put in the comments for me, Daniel? I'll send it to you in Slack.
Yeah, send that to me. That's savage. So we're gonna do one more. We'll get one from the audience. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we'll do one from the audience. If you guys submit it right now, right now, okay?
Get your resume ready.
Exactly.
Do it right now.
Okay. Let's see. Here's the form. So just go ahead and click and submit on that form, okay? And then we'll take a look at that, okay? We'll take a look at your resume. You literally have like 2 minutes. You get 2 minutes to submit a resume.
All right, guys. I just posted the link on the chat.
Beautiful,
well, actually,
right there.
on the chat, it shows up before I post it. But anyways, it is there, guys. So go in there. We're going to put a timer on now. Let's put like a little timer on the display.
Let's go ahead.
Right there on the Google.
The timer's gonna
Google.
be the song. This is the song.
Right there on your screen share.
The timer's going to be the song.
On your screen share, put a 2-minute timer.
How do I do that?
Just go to Google tab, put timer.
Hold on. Timer? 2 minutes?
Yep.
No. No. No, not 20 minutes.
20? Hell no, bro.
Okay, start.
All right.
All right, guys.
2 minutes are on the timer. Go ahead, submit the Airtable.
All right, submit the Airtable. Let me see if I am submitted. Nobody yet submitted just yet, guys. If you want to submit it, guys, you got 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes, or we move on to someone else, because we got a lot of people. Guys, who are willing to submit their resume stuff. Okay. All right, 2 minutes. You've got exactly what? You got 1 minute 36 seconds, guys. 1 minute 36 seconds.
If no one submits, we'll automatically go with record number 40.
Number 40. Atarva. Yes, we will. Go.
Because Atarva said that their resume is already there. Oh, we got a resume.
Oh, we
How are we
did?
gonna do this? Should we do like a random thing?
Hold on,
or
but
how
I
should we
can't
do
see
it?
his resume. It's like a weird. What is this? What is this? A sign. Oh, it's a doc.
that's
No, God. Oh, okay. Let me see. Okay. All right. Cool. Looks like Abid is the next one, guys. Abid's like, yo, look at that, just in
all
time.
Atarva,
Oh,
we'll get you next one. Hey, we gotta make a promise to Atarva that we'll get them on the next one.
look at that. Abid, someone submitted it. Look. All right. Cool. Hey. All right. Let's throw this down. Cool. So. All right. Check this out. Look at this. Look at it. No, wait. Shit. Abid, you're next. Okay. Abid. Okay, there we go. So, let's go ahead and take a look at this this document right here. Oh, it's so, the quality is Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
We love you, Abid, and you're about to get wrecked,
Oh,
but this is for your
no.
own good.
No, no, no.
Oh man, Nas is not happy.
No. Abid, no. No.
All right, well, we gotta
Okay.
commit to it. Let's give him
All right.
the best advice ever, so that this doesn't happen.
We have fun on these guys. Who has more fun? I like these coaching calls with Sunny, Kazi. Like this is just such a good like Daniel, bro. Daniel, you having fun, bro?
I'm having a ton.
You see,
of
and you
fun,
didn't want to
man.
do this. You see this, and you didn't want to do this. Well, there you go. I got some tea too.
Woo.
All right. Okay. Where do I start?
Let's just from the top. Like it, bro.
Okay, so from the top. Okay, so here's what I'll say. Okay, we'll just do this really quickly here. So, okay, number one, I would say is going to be, damn, I don't know where to start, bro. So,
Well, let me ask you here. Do you feel like a summary section is important? Because that's the very first section the beat has.
no. So let's do this first. Number one, let's go ahead and remove summary section. Okay, I'm just gonna give you straight up right away. One, okay, remove summary. Nobody cares about that.
And again, because Abid, it looks like you have a lot of experience. So if they do ask for your CV, which
Yes.
is that weird Latin word that I don't know, send them this. But if they want the resume, which again in the United States, that's mostly what they want, we need to shrink it down to one page or else they're not even going to look at it. So that's
Exactly.
why we have to be very brutal here and we need to leave the things that just matter.
Yeah, exactly. Akava says I'm in Sunny's call too. I'm multitasking, also working on a Facebook article. Another tab. Damn, Akava is multitasking like crazy, bro. All right, so remove summary. That's part one. Okay, again, we're trying to get this down. We're trying to get this down to one page, guys. Very important, to one page. Okay, so that's part one. Okay, technical skills. Okay, I kind of like this. I kind of like the technical skills portion, but I would say like dial it down so you have a lot of technical skills. For example, IDE, you don't need IDE. Like this stuff, you don't need IDE stuff. So for example, remove IDE. So only keep the stuff that's only relevant or that's actually needed. Okay, so IDE stuff, remove that. Version control stuff, like you said, version control, different version control, remove version control. Okay, IDE, version control. Okay, again, right? Keep stuff that's relevant right now. Okay, let's see. What else should we remove? What else do you think we should remove?
I mean, I think, look, the programming languages.
What is
that's
defect
good.
bug tracking? No, remove
The
that
what?
too. This right here, defect and bug tracking. Remove that two part. Remove
Yeah,
the.
I mean, honestly, as long as you understand the languages and frameworks that you're familiar with, everything else doesn't matter.
Yeah, but again, I'm trying to dial this down to one page, right? So anything that's like you don't need, like people use Visual Studio Code, okay? Like you don't need to say, "Hey guys, I use Visual Studio Code, hey, hooray!" You know, no. It's like, "Hooray, you use Visual
Yeah,
Studio
so
Code, that's great,
I
you know?
think
Good job." But we don't need that. Right? So,
I think you could literally remove all of them except for programming languages, tools and frameworks, and then just the markup language and scripting. Just put that with the programming languages. It's like same thing basically.
yeah,
And that's it. Like everything else is just things you have experience in, but that is going to be shown through your experience and your projects.
Exactly. And we don't need to like go bad on your resume or the resumes. Don't feel bad. Don't be sad about
Not
this.
at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
But
Like, you
this
have
is just
so
again.
much shit. And
in the-
yeah. Like we said, if they ask for a CV, this is it. This is the CV. This is what you need to
Yeah.
send. But
Yeah.
for a resume, this is not it, boss.
Exactly. So that's good. So that's I think that I like that stuff. And again, whatever whatever we're saying out of love. So don't be sad about it, right? Just take this because we want to improve your resume. That's all. So look at this summary and technical skills by putting that already like oh shit. There's more. Hold on. Yeah. No. Like what environment do you use Windows Vista? I haven't seen
Yeah,
that before.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if he just keeps those top two,
Yeah. So remove
and then
that. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
good.
Remove that. Okay. So projects as I say soft. So projects. Okay. Cool. So this is cool. But again, I'm confused where to go. So this is all one project.
It looks like it was just a lot of projects.
Just all one project.
Since,
Here's
these
what
are
I
the
would
projects
say.
of the past 10 years.
Yeah,
These are
so
the projects of the past
dial
10
it
years.
down. Look, you want to dial it down to a few bullet points, okay?
Yeah.
Dial
So
it down to a few bullet points.
also, I think my opinion,
Yes.
very similar to how someone asked how many projects should we have. If you have some heavy hitting projects, right? Like let's say the RX patient one support or whatever, that
Yeah.
one's like a full stack development, had to do front end, had to do all those things. You could pick out those 3 to 5 heavy hitters that really showcase the skills that you had to develop. Because a lot of these, like, who knows, the QR code maybe use the same technology as the RX surveyor, right?
Yeah,
So at
yeah.
that point, just pick the one that showcases your skills better and just use the same technology.
Yeah.
So you could probably bring it down to maybe 3 to 5. I don't know if
Yeah.
you would suggest any more than that.
Yeah. But like I would say most importantly is like, talk about what results did you bring to the company. So like what results did you bring
Exactly.
to
And
the
that goes
company?
back to what we've been hammering, which is results, actions. Results,
Yeah.
actions. You could
Yeah.
add in more bullets to
Yeah.
each project that you had.
Yeah. Add so for I want you to add short bullet points. And in terms of and kind of like what Daniel said, if you highlight one project, highlight one good project. Right? Is that what you're trying to say?
For the projects,
Yeah.
I personally think if you keep it at 3 to 5, if you have 5 projects, it's gonna be
Are you
hard
saying
to top.
no? But because he's talking about because he's talking about like the experience section. You're talking about the project section, correct?
I'm talking about the project section.
Yeah, the project section. So is this the project section or is this the experience section?
Dude, this is projects, bro. It might be both. I'm scrolling down. He just has a lot of fucking projects. Yeah, because after that, it's projects from 2008 to 2010, which are more projects.
Yeah.
And
So if you're
then-
going to do projects, pick 2, 3. They are the best one, right? So highlight. So I would say highlight like 2. So three. I would say 3 good projects, right? 3 good projects, and very shortly kind of talk about them. That's pretty much it.
So, dude, I think it's all projects. There's no experience. I think he might just be like a contracted freelancer since the beginning, from what it looks like.
You think so? This is hard to understand. So hold on. If you're in the comments, let us know. Actually, if you are in the comments, let us know down below. Yeah. So I do like how you, for example, here you talk about what technology that you use right here. You see that? I like that part. Right there. I like that part. So that's really cool, right? But what I want you to do is very, very simple, right? This is so hard to read. Like the thing is, guys, no recruiter is gonna read through all this. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that, guys.
They have hundreds, if not thousands, of resumes they have to look at, like continuously coming in, filtering through them. Even with software that's helping them filter out, they still have to look through so many resumes. So even if the software picks this up, like they're gonna look at 6 pages and be like, "What is this next?"
There you go. Look. I like what you did here. For example, managed a development team. This is really cool. Look, manage a development team to analyze the workflow. Manage development team to build what? To build a mobile rewards application for customers, right? So for example, manage, right? So that's how it's. So for example, number 1, I would say here's your bullet point that should be for example, managed a development team to manage development team to build a mobile rewards section within cost, and on time. What do you think about that?
I mean, action or result. Action.
Exactly.
That's as long as you have those two. Really doesn't even matter what order, but as long as you have those two guys,
Exactly.
it's going to be so clear what you've done, the type of impact you've had on the project or at work, and it's going to be apparent to them why they should hire you.
Exactly. So this is literally all you need for that specific project. That's pretty much it. And then talk about the technology that you used. And then of course, if you can include the URL right here, so this URL, include the URL, and you're golden, my friend. You don't need to talk about what this project is about. You don't really care what this project is about. They can take a look at it themselves. Talk about what does this project help you out, or help the company out with. That's it. Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else that, for example, we can give? I
think like there's some good ones that he has in there. It just needs to get simplified. It just needs to be brought down to that one page.
Yeah, it's so hard for me to even understand. Look, so company is a simple want to buy phone, activate their SIM card. Like, I don't know what you did here. Like, what did you do here? The company is like, I'm sorry, I just don't know what you did here. Like, what did you do? And what result did you bring to this company? Did you build it? So you would, again, action keywords, guys, like we talked about here, right? Action keywords. And I'm just going to provide you the action keywords right now. Here are the action keywords. These right here are the action keywords I want you to use right now, okay? In your resume. Literally, go to your fucking resume, okay? Okay? And literally, I want you to use these keywords as much as possible. So here, let's use this, because I'm just like, here, action keywords. Okay, what are some action keywords? Okay, developed. Okay, next up, co-developed.
Design, co-developed.
Co-developed. So if you work with a team of people, co-developed. Okay, next up, okay, designed. Next up, what else?
Increased
or
decreased.
Okay, yes, decreased.
/decrease.
Okay, what's that? What else? Managed.
Managed is good.
Good. What else?
We already have implemented or tested.
Okay, let me go ahead and keep going. So implemented.
And some of these keywords are more like specified towards the software.
Implemented. Right? Exactly. Implemented. What else? Let's see. I collaborated.
I don't know if you want to do tested.
Should we do tested?
Or integrated, or I mean, I'm thinking very specific to software.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, we are dealing with software here though, so that's completely fine. Integrated. I would say somebody said architected. I like that.
Architected.
I like that. That's awesome.
Fancier way.
Exactly. Decreased, designed, added. So maybe you added a certain number of people. For example, like added.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Decreased efficiency, increased efficiency.
Like it's crazy because literally
simplified
think
even.
Think of any fucking verb and then just add ed.
Literally, literally, bro. Simplify because I say simplify because maybe simplified the process. Simplified the process, and I want to show you, for example, and here's what I'll show you. I'll show you my resume. Let me bring it back. Where's my resume? Did I bring it? Let me bring it back. So, for example, look at this, guys. If you look at it here, okay, now I'm going to highlight this here for a second. Okay. If you look at it here, okay, for example, okay, let me zoom in. There. So, led. Okay, I led a group of 5 students to create a recommendation engine using collaborative filtering. Involved in project managing to make sure progress was being made, communicated. Oh, that's a good one. Communicate expectations. I was heavily involved in the recommendation script. Okay, developed right there. Okay, developed. Okay, next up, created right here. Let me remove this. Created creative realizations with D3 to gain better understanding of analysis results. You see, so always talking about results. What did I get? What did I do? Okay, combine statistics from multiple carbons to showcase and predict the industry trend. Okay, I showcased and I predicted the industry trends. I'm not kidding. This project actually, guys, see, and I don't even talk about what the project name is. Like, nobody cares about what is the project name.
They care about results.
They care about results that you bring. I'm so driven up by this. I'm like, come on, you know?
You guys triggered Nas.
Trigger me. You trigger me. So co-developed. Increase product base by 100% from 60,000 to 120,000 Fortune dollar by developing web scrapers using Python and Scrapey. Look at this. Right? We're saying this stuff because we actually use it. Daniel, where'd you go?
Yeah, I'm back. We're good.
So look, improved. Oh, improved is a good one. Improved is not the keyword. Improved. That's a good one too. So let me put that one down as well. Improved. I'm gonna put that one down in here. Improved. That's a good one too. Okay. That's a good one as well. So improved products curation time by 50%, right? Broaden ideas, co-developed, boom, right? And that's it, guys. And that's pretty much it.
That's it. That is it.
That is it, guys. So do those things, okay? Take a look at those things, and you should be all good. You should be all good. All right, let's take a look at one more. I want to take a look at Harvas because he asked us for his help. Let's take a look at Harva, and then that'll be the last one. That's it, okay?
Sounds good.
Cool. I like this, guys. All right, I like this, guys. So what do you guys think? Oh, we got a few people who submitted. Look at this. Ooh, beautiful, guys. Okay, at Harva, let's take a look at this. You're up next, my friend. Okay. No.
Put the sad music. Sad music. No!
Every time I see a resume, so everybody's like, ouch. Alex is like, lol. Every time I see a resume, guys, that has more than one page, this is the music I'm going to put on there. Especially this resume has 3 pages at this point. Alhama's like, rest in peace, my dreams.
Alhama, you knew though. You knew.
You knew, bro. You knew this.
Why are you doing? You do this to yourself.
Okay, so I mean, I will give him some pointers. There is some good stuff. So let's take a look at this first. Okay. So why is this so big? Is it because just that's the preview? Why is this so big? Is my question. Why is this so big? Did you just put this together? In the last 10 minutes?
Well, I think that was submitted a while ago.
Was it? I don't know. Okay, so. So I was like, let's just change this. So look, guys, check this out. Okay, so a few things that I would say for you. Okay, like I said, let's go take a look at this summary. Bye. So okay, so it don't need summary. We don't need more of that stuff. Okay, they see this every single day. Recruiters do not have the time to go through your summary. Okay, they don't have the time to read through this. They want to look at your specific things, work experience, your projects. What did you do? What do you know? And are you actually qualified for this specific role? That's it. Okay?
Actions, results.
Actions, results. So let's remove the summary. Okay? Our goal here is pretty simple. Get it down to one page. Get it down to one page. Get it down to one page. Okay.
That might include even the fonts. Who knows? Maybe all this.
Okay, make the font smaller. Make the font smaller, please. Okay, it does not need to be this big. Okay, so make the font smaller. Okay, cool.
Let's get to the important stuff.
Important stuff now. Let's take a look at the important stuff. Here's the first important stuff. Skills, move it up. What do you think? Skills move up.
Skills move it up, and it doesn't need to take that much space. You can probably do like one line, just like comma next, comma next, comma next. So it just takes a little bit of space.
Up the skills to the top. All right, because that's the end of the day. They will look for that. Like, what do you know specifically? Okay. What do they know specifically? So somebody asked, should you provide certifications? If you have certifications, sure, but do like one or two. You don't need a ton of certifications, okay? But again, prioritize projects over certifications. So if you don't have the space, look, if you do not have the space to put your certifications on the resume, do not put them, okay? I got this time. There we go. Do not put them. But if you do have the space, put them, okay? But make sure your projects are above. Okay, next up. So move up the skills to the top. Beautiful. Next up, let's go ahead and do, so we got the skills, that's all great. What's next? Let's see, education. Okay, education-wise. What do you think about education-wise? I have a few bullet points to add on there, on this one.
I mean, for one, the formatting just looks a little bit
Off.
off. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you need to include like your 10th, 11th, and 12th grade education. You could probably keep
Yeah.
it simple to just your undergraduates.
Just keep your bachelor's computer science. Just only have one education on here. I have one education. Edumacation. We used to say edumacation. Edumacation right there.
Awesome.
Edumacation. So only have one education, okay? Great. So have one education. So for example, if you're going to select one, select this one, right? Undergrad. This is the only one they need. They don't need edumacation.
Exactly.
They don't need anything more than that, okay, my friend? Okay, beautiful. Next up, what else? So we got that point. That's all good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next is the good stuff. The
Okay,
experience and the
projects. Here's the one you do. What is this part-time? Okay, projects. I would say move up the projects. What do you think?
Yeah, because the experience isn't as Oh no, actually the experience is part-time developer, right? That's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, my opinion, because the experience happens to be specifically with software, I think that's perfectly fine. I just think we can highlight a couple more things, right?
Exactly. So
Like
okay.
again, there's no action result on those experiences right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, beautiful. So let's talk about this experience. Okay, let's take this one. Ideal Village part-time. Okay, so here's the first one. The first one that's missing is the date. Like when did you work on this? Like date. So right. So number one is going to be add date. So you kind of how I had in mind. Remember, guys, kind of how I had in mind. Let me go back to mine. You see, I have dates right there, right? I have dates. So for example, May 2016, March 2015, right? October 2015, 2016, right? So, and it's kind of it's a similar format. It's a similar format. You see that right there? May 2015 and so forth. So winter 2016, right?
Yeah, so it's very clear, kind of like what your history is.
Exactly. So make sure to add that type in there. So add dates. Okay, Carva? Make sure to do that. Okay, cool. Next up, so add dates. Let's talk about the ideal. I was backend developer. I deal with creating API systems and managing. Okay, great. So you created API systems, but what results did you bring? Talk about specifically. Go nitty gritty. What did you build? Like literally in the comments, okay? Put down what did you build? Like what did you build and what result did that API system bring to the company?
Yeah, what was it like? Did you build a new microservice that allowed for there to be an integration between other services? Did you like what result was that? Was it the final product?
Exactly.
And then
So
you put the result, and then what was the action?
what result did the API system bring? Yeah, the
Let's see
API
about
and
that.
so forth. So you get the other point. But result of the API system bring. Okay, so I like that. Okay.
Atarva said, I made a SSO and a few companies used it as an authentication service.
There we go. So I would say, for example, I would say simplified client authentication. Look at this. Beautiful. Check this out, bro. Simplified clients authentication by creating or developing an API systems.
Yep. And then you don't have to say PHP. You could just put languages learned or
And then on the
languages used
bottom,
of
you can say, for
polymaths.
example, technologies used or technologies used.
Exactly.
Boom. And you can say, for example, PHP, whatever. Maybe you used Laravel at the same time. Laravel, right? Any of that. So put that on. Those are your 2 bullet points. And for example, if you worked with a team, that would be awesome too. So if you worked with some kind of a team, let me drink some water here, guys. Rahul was asking, is 1 page enough? Heck yes, 1 page enough. Do you see mine? Or do you see Daniel's? They're 1 page, guys.
1 page.
They're 1 page. Okay,
Right.
if you worked on this alone, that's fine. But just for example, simplify clients authentication by developing API systems. I like that portion. Okay, so again, it's talking about results based. Or you provided authentication for clients. Provided authentication for clients by developing API systems. That also sounds good. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, action, result.
Exactly.
As long as you have those two, like literally, as long as you keep having those 2 things, you're good.
Yeah. Okay. I also like how you have on here the actual link, which is great. So the actual link to, for example, this one. Okay. And of course, bullet pointed, bro. Make sure to put some bullet points. Okay. And I want you you have work experience. Now at this point with this stuff, you can make this a little bit bold. So you make this a little bit bold. Okay. And then this stuff, now you can bullet point. Okay.
Exactly.
Just makes it easier. Kind of how you have it here. This is perfect. Okay. Use this same format with this. Ideal Village part-time should also be bolded because you bolded the Amazon clone using React. So keep the formatting similar. Got it, guys?
Got it.
Got it.
Good.
Hold on. I got it, bro. I got it. You ready? Are you ready? Got it. No.
Oh, horrible, dude.
What?
Your timing sucks.
What? I had a good timing, bro. What are you talking about?
All right.
Okay, so
Projects. Let's crush.
next up, we got projects, okay? Next up for the projects, what do we have? Oh, shit. My water just fell.
You don't want to use personal pronouns like I.
Made. Yeah.
So instead, you can get rid of it's your resume. They know it's you, right?
Yes.
It's not someone else that did that.
Let me remove this stuff right here. So I'm just going to remove this so that we don't need this anymore. Okay, and my Amazon clone using React with authentication and card system. Various types of animations were also used. Okay, so you can, for example, built or created or developed an Amazon clone using React.js. So here's how I would phrase it. I would say it like this. I would say, what is the way you would phrase it, Daniel?
I thought you were about to tell us. This guy.
I'm doing 10 things at the same time.
Yeah, no, that's totally understandable. I feel you, brother. But yeah, look, again, if you don't know what to do, first you could do is think of a verb that you did and then put ed at the end of it.
Yes.
Right? So in this case, you made. So mated is not a word, but you can still say you created or you designed or you built, right?
Made it.
Mated is not real.
Oh my god.
You could also keep made, but it doesn't give as much detail as created, designed, integrated, built, something like that, right?
Okay, so I made it.
I made it an Amazon or just made it Amazon clone using React, right? With authentication and cart system.
Perfect. Look at that. Develop. Okay, so here's what he put down. Okay, great. He's learning. So developed an Amazon clone.
Perfect.
Clone. Okay, Amazon clone. With authentication and card system, with authentication and payment system. Should we say for learning purposes?
Yeah, it was for learning purposes. So here's the thing as well, guys. You have to understand that following a tutorial, you could use it as a project, but there's a difference between following a tutorial and actually your own project.
Yes.
Right? So that's why Naz is adding for learning purposes, because you didn't do this by yourself without any help. You followed a tutorial. Now, if you decided to add your own features, you could add an extra bullet and be like, now this is stuff that you had to learn by yourself. Like along with that, I also added a username thing where it keeps all your orders and it does some sort of crazy tracking stuff. You could talk about those things. That's stuff that you did. That's not just for learning purposes now.
Yes,
So also
exactly.
make sure you don't kind of like falsify those things if it was just straight up a tutorial you followed versus something that you built.
Exactly. I think that'd be perfect. Okay, great. So do that. Okay, so developed. Okay, and I would say, and then at the bottom, then just say technology is used. That's it. Used.
That's it.
Yeah.
And again, one more little caveat. You don't have to put my projects. You could just put projects because again, this is your resume.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
my, I, me, those are all implied.
Yeah. So remove pronouns. So I would say remove. And when we say pronouns, is like things like I, my, me, right? Things like that. So remove pronouns. Right there. No need to say and integrate some functionalities which get user. Okay. So for example, because he's trying to talk about improve. So you can say, for example, improved user experience through the use of clean animations, clean JavaScript animation, clean JS animations. If you actually want to talk about what you specifically learned as well, I think that could be good too. Improved user experience. So that's something extra this is something extra that he added himself personally.
Awesome.
And so you can talk about, for example, I improved user experience through the use of clean JS animations.
Yep, exactly.
Beautiful. And I think that would be great.
Yeah, and I'm sure the other projects, same thing. Just what you're doing for this specific Amazon clone project.
Yeah.
Just do that for all the other projects.
Okay.
Action, result, right?
Exactly.
Those for learning purposes, but for learning purposes, if you did extra things, talk about those things in bullets, talk about the things the languages you learned or the frameworks you used.
Exactly.
And it's like just apply that for everything. It's just like same thing.
Yeah. And I love how you have the live link. That's part 1, which is great. And then you have the GitHub link. That is awesome too. So that is good. That is good. That is, as we should say,
Good.
cheeky peeky.
What? No one says that.
What, bro? I'd like to say that.
No
okay?
one says that, Nas.
What?
Cheeky peek.
Cheeky peeky, bro. It's all good.
I've never heard you say that, bro.
All right. Well, now you have.
All right, man.
All right. I think we're pretty much good with that, guys. So I think it's. Oh, see, Adkarva said that's perfect timing. See, told you guys. I'm improving on this stuff. I'm improving here. All right, perfect. So that was amazing, guys. If you enjoyed this, Quay says this is very helpful. How can I get my CV reviewed by you guys? Like I said, the link, can you put down the link again? And so, guys, we are going to do this every single week. So every single week, we will be, me and Daniel, will go ahead and review your resumes. We'll review.
Oh, shit.
He didn't know about this, by the way. I just told him about this.
Oh my god. All right. Whoa. This will only happen if we get a lot of likes though. If this video is getting a lot of likes.
Exactly. So
we'll keep on doing this.
drop us a like down below. Let's get this. How many likes do we have right now? We have currently 346, guys. Let's get this to 500 likes, guys. I know we can get this. Like this video. Subscribe to this channel, of course, right? We will be doing this every single week. Every single week, we will be going through your resumes, reviewing them, making them better, and just so that you guys can get the results that you want. Bam. Right there. Okay? So, Adkarva says this is real value. This couldn't be more value for me to get my resume reviewed. Of course. Steven said this is lit. I'm happy you guys are finding this so helpful for you. I am beyond ecstatic. So guys, all I can say at this point, guys. Oh, and the link. Can you paste the link for people to submit the resume, bro?
Oh snaps! I quit the YouTube live, so I don't have the comment section in front of me.
Shit. Hold on. Should we learn data structures and algorithms if we aim? So Varun asks if hello Nas, should we? MSC says subscribe. Thank you and like, guys. Let's get this to 500. Well, let's get this to at least to 400, guys. At least get it to 400, guys.
Again, guys, we need that feedback from you guys so we know what's good and what's not good. And the way we know is by the likes and the views.
Beautiful.
So if you guys like this stuff, you guys want to see more of this stuff, then we actually those likes help us to know what you guys really want.
Exactly. And one last thing, guys. If you want to go ahead and learn how to build an Amazon or a Netflix clone, we have a project for you down below. It's a completely free tutorial. Go ahead and check this out. Tutorial down below. So click the link in the description. And if you want to learn how to become a React developer, improve your portfolio, so you can put it on your resume right here. Check it out. Link in description. Literally click right now. Like, what are you still doing? Literally, just I want you to go right now. Like right now. Okay, like just go there right now. Okay, so go there right now, and then it should be good. So at this point, guys, that is it, guys. Hope you guys have got some great value out of this. We had a ton of fun, that's for sure. I had a ton of fun. Daniel, did you have fun, bro? Did you have fun, bro?
I had so much fun. I hope you guys had fun.
All right, guys. Have yourself a great day, and we will see you in the next video.